Sophia the First is back, but it's probably not for you. Let me explain.
Snap.
Sofia the First was a popular Disney Junior show that ran from 2012 to 2018, a respectable lifetime. And from there, it actually transitioned into another Disney Junior princess show, Elena of Avalor. Did I watch them both? Yes. Yes, I did. That's because I had sisters, though. Not because I wanted to watch them. No, of course not. And did Elena of Avalor lead into another Disney Junior princess show? No. Well, at least I think it didn't, because I never really watched the last season of Elena. Because at that point, I was too old and masculine to watch a princess show. Yeah. But yeah, after that, Disney held off on creating Disney Junior princess shows, which I found odd. It was a really lucrative subgenre of Disney Junior for them to just not do anything more on. And no, the Little Mermaid show doesn't count. Plus, that was several years after Elena ended. Sure, they've had other shows that satisfied little girls out there, but nothing quite to the extent of Sofia the First. So what do? Bring it back. Let the new generation experience the Amulet Princess. Even though you can still watch Sofia the First on Disney Plus, Disney Now, DVD, and some episodes on YouTube, and buy digitally, but forget about that. We have a boy now. That's a boy, right? Here's all the information you need to know about the new series, Sofia the First Royal Magic. It premieres on May 25th on Disney Junior, with the first 8 episodes streaming the next day on Disney Plus. It acts as a sequel to Sofia the First and follows Sofia, shocker, on her adventures to Charmswell School for Royal Magic. Oh, and it also has a fresh new coat of paint. The animation looks pretty good, to be honest, at least better than the original show. Yes, that had a charm to it, but if you think this looks better than this, you need to get your rose-tinted glasses checked out. And frankly, it does look fairly interesting because there seems to be an emphasis on her growing in her sorcery, but it has a big problem. This acts not just as a sequel to the first show, but also a midquel for Elena of Avalor. So I think this means it takes place between Sofia the First and when Sofia shows up in Elena of Avalor, or directly after she shows up in that show, which I hope that is the case. If this series is set barely after the first series or sometime in between, that would be a horrible move, in my opinion. Whenever shows try to just start up where they left off, they lose the magic of what the show was in the first place. It got that way with Curious George when Peacock took it over after it went on hiatus. Now Curious George has lost all of his monkeyness and just acts like a little kid. Boring. I hope this isn't just a cash-grabbing reboot, because Sofia the First genuinely had an interesting plot with discovering the magic of her amulet. Sure, there was a lot of filler, but especially in the later seasons, there was an overarching storyline. And I'm afraid this show just won't have a point except for money.
I like money.
And the reason why I say it isn't for you, dear viewer, is because I'm guessing you have watched the first Sofia show. And if you're like me, you're kind of getting up there in years. The show is not meant for us, those who grew up with Sofia the First. If they were to do that show, they would have made her a teenager at least, which would have been an amazing show, SMH. And they would have set it pretty far after the events of the first series. But instead, they've decided to home in on a small period of time where she wasn't saving a princess trapped in an amulet and going off to save another kingdom. Instead, she's just going to school. Magic school, but still school. Whoop-de-doo. At the very least, though, it could be interesting for those obsessed with all things Sofia the First. I know I'm probably skipping this show as a young adult guy, but hey, maybe this return is a good sign for other shows to be making a comeback. And maybe those will be more interesting? I don't know. And let me know which show you guys would want to see return in the future. And also, be sure to subscribe.